Hey human, what's the plan for today?
What do you mean, what are we doing today? Today's the big mass cleanup.
Oh, that's nice. My food dish is empty. Better go fill it up.
It's 11 a.m. We just started our mass cleanup here in downtown Calgary. We are on 17th Avenue and 11th Street.
We've just walked around a block, one city block, and we have picked up, each of us have picked up half a bag of garbage and about 15 masks. They're literally everywhere. You don't even notice them as you're walking by anymore. They just look like normal garbage. But what we've learned is that these masks contain a chemical called polypropylene. And polypropylene is a petrochemical that takes 450 years to decompose. And the way the polypropylene decomposes is that it turns into microplastics first and very slowly decomposes. And as you know, microplastics are entering our oceans and our environments, unprecedented rates, and killing wildlife, especially birds. There's not a single being on Earth anymore that doesn't have plastic in their bodies, including humans, of course.
People really need to take responsibility for their actions, which means not throwing them on the ground. This is going to make an environmental disaster. You know, we've only been at this for a year. Can you imagine the kind of environmental disaster that's going to be if this continues on any further? Our opinions may differ about these masks, but I think that one thing we can all agree on is we don't want them on the ground. Like, shouldn't be dirtying up our city, and you know, regardless of what your opinion about the masks are, you can probably agree, you know, we want a clean environment, we want clean water, and these masks they're definitely going to make that more difficult.
Oh my gosh, 4.
We don't want these petrochemical waste on the ground because it's going to be so bad for the environment. These masks are going to be here. They're going to be here 5 times longer than our entire lifetime, you know? And a lot of this fast food waste we see on the ground, it's going to be, at least it's going to decompose within a reasonable amount of time. Whereas these masks, they're going to stay there for a long time.
One thing that we want to make a point of is that we're not against the masks. We know the masks have helped us and they've protected our human health, but our human health shouldn't come at the cost of the environment. Protecting the environment and protecting ourselves is all one and the same.
If you guys have any facts about masks or any scientific research, leave it in the comments below. Let's have a discussion about this, and let's start an open dialogue about what the best way to solve this issue is.
While we're out here cleaning up the garbage, we've noticed a ton of plastics. Things like napkins and cardboard boxes from takeout food. That will decompose. So we're picking that up too, but we're more focusing on picking up plastics because plastics have been proven to take, well, are believed to take 450 years to decompose.
Our mass cleanup has come into an end, but this isn't the end, guys. We want you to keep getting out here and doing this. And we're gonna keep getting out here and doing this, and hopefully we can make a trend out of it, you know? Hopefully we can get enough people that want to do this that we can start cleaning up our country, start minimizing the impact that humans have on the natural environment here and the animals' habitat. You know, if anybody is an invasive species, it's humans. We are absolutely just devastating for all the ecosystems that we come into contact with. Wildlife is only 4% of all life on Earth nowadays. Humans have changed the environment so much that we've changed the entire habitat of the Earth.
Human beings have put so much plastic into the earth that we are changing the life support systems on our planet. The ocean cannot handle any more plastic in it. And actually, the plastic that I'm picking up here on the ground isn't really the problem in the ocean. That's 40% of ocean plastic is actually fishing nets. That's right, discarded fishing gear. But it's still important to pick up the plastic that we find because the other percentages of that is still human caused. We can't let plastics enter our oceans. We can't have animals. The small amount of wildlife that still exists on Earth needs us to protect them. Okay, I'm starting over again. One of the first facts listed on Seaspiracy is that phytoplankton is very important. So phytoplankton is the microscopic plant life that lives on the surface of the ocean. And it's nourished by the fish that live in the ocean. When fish go to the bathroom, when they excrete stool and urine, they nourish the phytoplankton, and when the large mammals come up to breathe at the surface, they also nourish the phytoplankton. And the phytoplankton is responsible for sequestering 4 times the amount of CO2 than the Amazon rainforest.
You know, one thing I don't think that human beings realize is that we are a part of this planet. We are not the dominant species. We actually rely on plants, we rely on animals to continue the circle of life. So once all the other life on Earth disappears, we won't be able to sustain ourselves either. So we gotta do a better job of working together to encourage each other's growth and encourage each other's prosperity.
Thank you to everybody who participated in the Great Mass Cleanup. Our friends in Canmore also participated, and here's some of their footage.
Hey, we're here in Canmore today. We decided to take the mass cleanup out here. It's a beautiful day, and we went along the river and we picked up a bunch of masks that were just lost and left behind. Also there was a lot of trash, I gotta say. Lots of plastic snack wraps and dog waste bags, whether they were full or empty, and just a lot of plastic in general. So yeah, I thought it would be a good thing to do because it really helps with connecting with the environment that we live in. I mean, the outside is our home as much as the inside, right? And so when we use plastic, it's kind of nice to think about where it all ends up, right? In our landfills and in the river and into the ocean, and all that affects our natural environment. It gets caught up in wildlife get caught up in the trash, and they end up ingesting it. You know, it's up in the fish bellies and bird bellies, and so it's a good way to just get out here and get connected when we go out and we see how much rubbish is out there. I'm sure we've seen a bunch of masks all kind of left behind all over the city, the streets, and even the beautiful walking trails out here, you know, right in the heart of nature, you know, right next to the river. We have all these masks just kind of thrown about, right? So we wanted to pick them up today, you know, get prepared with the gloves and a plastic bag. So we're gonna snip off the elastic bands later to make sure we dispose of them wisely and properly, and encourage other people to do the same, just to keep our environment clean and to be mindful of where all our plastic ends up and how it affects our life, our planet, the animals around us. Yeah, and so we're gonna head to Main Street now as well and do the same thing, and hope you guys will do it wherever you are, whether it's in your hometown or the town that you visit. It's kind of a nice way to give back to our communities.
These are some images from Canmore. We also had participants in Edmonton, and this is their video.
I've been seeing masks everywhere I go. It's like at the grocery store, at work, when I go to bed at night. Sometimes they're even in my dreams. It just seems like I just can't get away from them. I can't get... Ah!
If you like the work we're doing and want to support us, donate to the Lucky Ones Sanctuary. Also like and subscribe to this video. Have a great day, guys.